The tailor-made P790 you would assume is for that slightly higher handicap golfer, whereas the P770 you might say is for that slightly better player. Is that really true? And how do these heads perform against each other at both a slow and fast swing speed? Let's find out. Fast swing speed comparison data, we can see we swung them both at 96.5 miles an hour, and the angle of attack, the path, and the face angle at impact were all very, very similar. Ball speed, we see about 3 miles an hour more with the P790, again expected, being stronger loft. We see lower launch and lower spin coming from the P790, again expected from lower loft, about just over a degree launch and somewhere around 500 revs of spin lower with the P790. Average carry 195 compared to 188. So on average, we were about 7 yards longer with the P790. Interestingly, the peak heights were actually very similar, 118 with the P770 compared to 116 with the P790. So even though the P790 launched lower and spun lower, it had more ball speed, therefore it kept on climbing for longer, meaning that they actually peaked at basically the same height. Slower swing speed results, and again there from a club head speed perspective, virtually identical on average. But the difference in launch and spin is basically exactly the same as with the fast swing speed. So we see about a degree more launch coming from the P770s, and we see about 400 to 500 more revs of spin coming from the P770. In terms of the carry, it's not quite as big a gap as at the faster swing speed, as we would expect, but it's about 4 yards of difference between the P770 and the P790 at this speed. Again, in this test, the peak height was actually very similar, with the 770 peaking at 61 compared to the 790 at 60. We do get a better descent angle with the P770 because of that bit more launch and more spin, seeing around a 40-degree descent angle when compared to the P790 at 38.7. Let me know in the comments below if you thought there was going to be more difference performance-wise between these two heads, and subscribe and follow. And in the next video, I'll do a full forgiveness test of these two heads.